Sandals slipping off my feet on the sand. Counting up the bills with my dominant hand. Yo, choose up. Take this, appreciate it. This too. Right, tear up the rim shot.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Happy New Year, everybody. In today's late season matchup, we have two teams who have victory on their minds. It's the Raiders going up against the Chargers.
All right, Larry, it will be the home for NFL football until 2020 as you get a look inside the intimate StubHub Center here in Carson. I'll tell you, you wouldn't think 30,000 people could make this noise. That's half the size of a normal NFL stadium, but this is no normal crowd. They are ready to go as their Chargers get set to match up with the Oakland Raiders. Lynch. And right away, he lost the football. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
The fumble recovery, Stafford. Looking for Allen, he's got him on the slant. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
No back out now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Raiders. And, partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where do they go?
Anywhere and everywhere, but they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago. They decided they wanted to get what they thought was going to be a franchise quarterback, and indeed he is, Matt Ryan. But they had to supplement it. They went free agency, got a running back, came back and traded back into the first round in the same draft to get a left tackle to protect him, really supplemented that pick, complemented that pick, and went to the playoffs the very next year.
Well, maybe they can use that and carbon copy it. Throw on second down. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Carr finding Patterson there for a Raider first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Carr now on first down. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. And this is Cook with a grab. And at the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Corey Lee-Chizz in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. 6-year man Marquette King on to punt. Travis Benjamin deep for the Chargers. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Able to fight through one tackle. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger offense making their way back out there. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. To throw again. Stafford. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And the Raiders have got him. Eddie Vanderdoes, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. On to punt, Drew Kaiser, second-year man from Texas A&M, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. He spins free. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
They start the drive with Lynch. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On second down, here's Carr. They dump it off to Lynch. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now Carr throwing on second down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Fresh set of downs here. Now Carr again. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. On second down, Lynch. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They run again on first down, Lynch. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. To throw on second down, Carr. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Try and throw on third down. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. That's something you see a whole lot of, a sack of Derek Carr, and due in large part to a good O-line. Carr was sacked on less than 3% of his dropbacks last year, lowest in the league.
Oakland knew it was important to take care of their quarterback. They picked up Donald Penn, Kelechi Osemele, and Rodney Hudson in recent years, and it's paid off.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, if you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work. But in his defense, this has been a stifling defense so far. So they've got to start finding a way to unlock them as this game goes on.
A busy final day for you coming up in the NFL. Final day of the year as well. 11 other games going on as we speak. And then coming up later this afternoon, 2 games each from the AFC West and NFC West, all kicking off at the same time. Raiders, Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, Cardinals, Seahawks, Niners, Rams.
Loving it.
That's it for the 2017 regular season. It'll be Happy New Year time. And Charles, you going to dust off Auld Lang Syne for us tonight?
Meet me at midnight, baby. You'll find out.
Hard pass. He'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Steps away to his left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 20. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give him 9, though, on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Carr gives to Marshawn. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Lynch. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make this a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking to throw on second down. Carr, and brought in by the tight end Cook. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. And that's complete to Walford. He's at the 30. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
On 1st down, Carr. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Again, it's Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Michael Crabtree, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special.
Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. It's Obi Melifonwu, the rookie out of UConn. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Smith catches left side. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A good pickup there, a 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Carr now on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Red zone opportunity. Throwing on first down. Carr. This will be caught at about the 5. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So put 3 on the board, but from inside the 5. And I know we use this phrase a lot, but that's a big-time win for the defense.
It sure is. You've got the short field behind you, so you can afford to turn up the pressure. And that was a nice sequence there to keep them out of the end zone.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
And while that play was unsuccessful to start the second half, I'm not sure that you just totally abandon what you do running the football. Maybe you make some adjustments in your run game and do things a little bit differently, but that doesn't necessarily mean you just go to the pass and do nothing else.
And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
To throw on third down. Stafford. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On now, Kaiser, the punter, sending it away. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. First down, Carr, and complete right side to Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Throwing now is Carr. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Here's Wolford over the middle. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider 1st.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit. And that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
On 1st and 10, Carr. And that's complete. It's the Carr to Cooper connection. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. To throw, it's Carr. And he finds Cook. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. A Raiders 1st down. Carr hooking up with Cook. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. Carr now on 1st down. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Michael Crabtree with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Carr now to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, you know, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Chargers. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. See if they stay on the ground for second down. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Trying to power it ahead with Watt. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way. But that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, and there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Throwing on first down. Carr. And this is Cook with the ground. And he'll get it down deep into Los Angeles territory. It's a big play there for Oakland. 52 yards. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. First down, the run with Lynch. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here at 2nd and 12. Here's Carr to throw. He'll dump it off complete to Lynch. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Carr. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And Janikowski bangs it through. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On first down, Stafford here. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of it.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. 2nd and 10. Stafford again. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, LA. Travis Benjamin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. No back out now to kick this one away. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right? Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
On the return, here's a dangerous Cordero Patterson. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he nearly takes it the whole way. But he stopped at the 4-yard line.
All praises for a tremendous return, but how about the guys that never gave up on the play, refused to let him get into the end zone, and tracked him down before he got there and made the tackle? A lot of pride exhibited by guys on special teams.
They'll run with Lynch. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
They try again with Lynch. They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. Here is Lynch on 3rd and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Marshawn Lynch, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers getting set to go. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
After the run, now Stafford going to throw. Allen has it, left side. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. Stafford on first down. Buying time to his left. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Hunter Henry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. And the lead is down to 2. No back out now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. On 2nd down, here's Carr. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They bring Crabtree in motion right. Carr. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And a big tight end shifting around. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Around 2 minutes to go, and if the D can hold them, that'll end this one.
We always think about the offense attacking. In this case, I'm looking for the defense to do the same.
Third and long. It's Stafford. And he fires one, but incomplete. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Now then, it's a big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th. But, Charles, there is still time left for a final drive.
Brandon, you know they would have liked to take the clock down just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so. But this one's not over yet, especially since they just need a field goal.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll look to throw. They dump it off to Lynch. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. He's back to throw. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. To the flat. That's complete to his running back. And some space here. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. He got 29 yards that time. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
So they're operating in the red zone. Now a give, running right is Lynch. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. So on fourth down, off goes Carr, and on is Sebastian Janikowski. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So on fourth down, off goes Carr, and on is Sebastian Janikowski. And Janikowski bangs it through, and it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So he comes through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Without a doubt. The way this one's gone, they didn't want to take any chances in overtime if they could help it. And that was one heck of a pressure-filled kick.
This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. To throw. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So that'll back them up 5. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Oakland, the win won't get them to 500, but they will finish on a high note at 7-9. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the home team here, despite the loss here, it was a splendid regular season as they'll finish at 12-4. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Southern California, so long, everybody.
you listening? Oh, you gotta hit the ground. Ain't no chain gonna hold me down. Dig deep, feel the burn. I've got a calling, so watch and learn. I heard a voice of his broken hymn saying, nah, this is who I am. I know you ain't there yet. Don't stop to catch your breath. You're going higher and higher, higher and higher. Let go, set me free. Got the streets all I need. We're going higher and higher, higher and higher. Oh, keep running. Oh, keep running. Oh, keep running. Reach out, reach out. Oh, keep running. Oh, keep running. Oh, keep running. Reach out, reach out. Boom, boom, can you feel the flame? Hold on, I can make it rain. Oh, do you hear the thunder? No, don't let it bring you down. Look up and see the light. You're not alone, don't give up like that. Oh yeah, got a ways to go. Break that wall, let the spirit flow. I know you ain't there yet. Don't stop to catch your breath. You're going higher and higher, higher and higher. Let go, set me free. Got the streets all I need. We're going higher and higher, higher and higher. Oh, keep running. Oh, keep running. Oh, keep running. Reach out, reach out. Oh, keep running. Oh, keep running. Oh, keep running. Reach out, reach out.
People tryna say I'm on the enemy. Got a cold with my dogs, can't get in between. I can give them life, no more energy. Man, amen. Spent about 60 on the time, I can't even lie. No way in, no way out, do or die. So on roll, when I roll, must be. Amen, man.